Hello and very welcome everyone to this particular session of the current affairs. So today we are going to learn the current affairs of 6th of August 2024. So let's start and see that what we need to discuss in today's session. So here are some topics that we are going to cover. So it includes international news, national news, state news, banking and finance, defense, science and technology, important days, books and authors, ranks, obituary, awards and recognition, summit and conference, appointments and resignation. And at last, we will summarize that what we have learned so far. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So the first news that we have today with us is the state visit to H.E. Pham Minh Chinh, PM of Vietnam to India from 30 July to 1st of August 2024. So the Prime Minister of Vietnam, H.E. Pham Minh Chinh, this is his name, visited India from 30 July to 1st of August at the invitation of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So Vietnam is a country that exists in the Southeast Asian country, in the Southeast Asian region, and the Prime Minister of that country, H.E. Pham Minh Chinh, he visited India on the invitation. The visit aimed to deepen the comprehensive strategic partnership and enhance cooperation between the two countries. So this particular strategy, this is a comprehensive strategic partnership and to enhance the cooperation. It marked the first visit of Vietnamese leader to India since the establishment of their comprehensive strategic partnership in September 2016. So we are sharing a good relations and we have some strategic partnership with them since 2016, and now we are in 2024 and we are particularly strengthening this particular partnership with us. Various agreements, MOUs, and strategic developments were signed during this visit. So, during this visit, a number of memorandums and strategic developments have already been signed. India extended two lines of credit amounting to USD 300 millions to Vietnam to bolster maritime security. So, for this purpose, we are also particularly creating a line of credit that is amounting $300 million to Vietnam to bolster maritime security. So this is all about that. As we know that Vietnam exists at that particular area where the South China Sea is very close. So as India is working very closely with the neighboring countries, so now India is trying to build their relations with Vietnam as well and is trying to help them with the 300 USD million dollar so that they can particularly strengthenize their maritime security. BM marks 5 years of abrogation of Articles 370 and 35A. So I hope you remember in 2019, Article 370 and 35A were abrogated, and now the 5 year of abrogation of this particular thing was remarked. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the 5th anniversary of the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A. It was a pivotal moment in Indian history. He emphasized that the decision marked the beginning of the new era of progress and prosperity of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. I hope you remember in 2019, Article 370 and some part of Article 35A were abrogated. And after that, particularly Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were also created as the union territory. And now this year, the elections are going to be held. But for particularly for the last 5 years, it has been working as a union territory. So during this particular time, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh has seen a lot of prosperity and progress. Abrogation ensured the full implementation of the Indian Constitution in these regions. Modi stressed that a move aimed at to enhance security, dignity, development for the marginalized communities with reducing corruption. So the main purpose is for the development of these areas regarding the security, dignity, and development, and also regarding the marginalized communities to be developed after reducing the corruption. CCEA approves 8 high-speed road corridors across India at rupees 50,655 crore. So in the last session, we also discussed about this. Let's just revise this. So Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, approved 8 national high-speed road corridor projects in India. These projects span 936 kilometers and are valued at rupees 50,655 crore. The project aim include 6-lane Agra Gwalior, 4-lane Kharagpur Moregram, 6-lane Tharad Disa Mehsana Ahmedabad, and others. Significant amendments to banking laws were also approved. Some of the new laws have been added and earlier laws were amended, including increasing the number of nominees per deposit accounts to 4. CCEA, established in 1990, is responsible for high-level economic decision making. So for this purpose, it has already been done, and 8 new high-speed road corridors are also got approval. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched 4 apps for 3 new criminal laws in Chandigarh. So on 4th of August, Union Minister Amit Shah, he launched 4 applications: E-Shakshya, Nyay Setu, Nyay Shruti, and E-Saman. And the app support the implementation of 3 new criminal laws: Bharatiya Nyay Sanhita, Bharatiya Nyay Suraksha Sanhita, and Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. So for this purpose, uh, particularly to showcase the new type of laws that are written in Hindi, for this purpose these applications have been launched. Chandigarh will be the first administrative unit to fully implement these laws within next 2 months. Remember this point very well. So which particular union territory is chosen to implement these particular laws is the Chandigarh. App aims to modernize, streamline the criminal justice system using technology. So this is the particular requirement of the time, that we should introduce technology into the criminal laws. Amit Shah mentioned that India will have the most modern and technology enabled criminal justice system in the world after full implementation. And for that purpose, the new type of laws were recently launched in July, I hope you know. And now the applications are launched so that particular information about every law will be given on those applications. Tata Group unveils 27,000 crore semiconductor facility in Assam. So recently, Tata Group inaugurated 27,000 crore semiconductor assembly and testing facility in Assam. So as you know that India is doing a lot in the field of semiconductors and lithium based batteries, and also the companies that are existing in India, they are also doing so. So the Tata Group, they are also particularly collaborating with this, and they introduced the 27,000 crore semiconductor facility in Assam. The facility aims to produce 15 billion chips annually. Okay. The landmark project is set to be operational by next year. It aligns with the Indian government semiconductor mission, as I said, and is poised to transform Assam into key player in the global semiconductor ecosystem. So India is doing a lot in this sector, and also the companies that are indigenously built companies in India. So remember which company is building the 27,000 crore semiconductor facility in Assam? That is Tata Group. Another one. So state government, SBI General Insurance signs MOU for DRTPS. So recently state government of India, state government and SBI General Insurance signed memorandum for disaster risk transfer parametric insurance solution. So this kind of insurance is related to the disaster thing, that during the time of disaster, when people are fatalized due to disasters and due to their risk, for that purpose these insurance are being in collaboration with the government. This makes Nagaland first state in the country to implement disaster management insurance. Remember this point very well. Okay, which state has recently introduced a disaster management insurance? That is Nagaland. MOU aims to enhance disaster preparedness and risk management. It represents a significant move towards improving the state resilience to natural disaster. Okay, so this is the significance, the importance of this move is to improve the state resilience. That means that if we are talking about the natural disasters, so state should be ready for these type of disaster, and for that purpose the first time the disaster preparedness and risk management insurance being given, and the first time it has been given by Nagaland. Government of Nagaland signed MOU with SBI General Insurance for DRT PS, that is the disaster risk transfer parametric insurance solution. We recently have seen that. Who is the Nagaland CM? Nagaland CM is Nephew Rio. Remember his name as well. Puducherry CM and Rangaswamy represented rupees 12,700 crore budget for financial year 25. So on 2nd of August 2024, Puducherry CM Nateshan Krishnaswamy Rangaswamy. Remember his name? Nateshan Krishnaswamy Rangaswamy. He is the CM of Puducherry. Most of you would be thinking, sir, Puducherry is a union territory. Yes, it is a union territory, but also it has its legislative assembly under special status. So they have a small amount of legislative assembly, and in that CM is Nateshan Krishnaswamy Rangaswamy. He presented a tax-free budget of rupees 12,700 crore in the financial year 25. Central assistance, including disaster relief fund, state disaster relief fund, estimated to be rupees 3,268.98. Revenue expenditure is allocated to rupees 810,969.80 crore, and capital expenditure is rupees 1,730.20 crore. So for state disaster relief fund, the estimate is 3,268 crore, and the revenue expenditure would be 10,969 crore. The central road fund is estimated to be rupees 20 crore, with centrally sponsored scheme allocated rupees 430 crore. This marks CM Rangaswamy fourth budget presentation, and that is particularly the budget of the Puducherry. Puducherry is a union territory. It has total number of 4 districts which are existing in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra Pradesh, and other than that in Kerala. RBI revises NPA provisioning norms for cooperative banks. So Reserve Bank of India issued revised instructions for the treatment of bad and doubtful debt reserve across cooperative banks. The new norms aim for uniformity in the accounting and prudential treatment for non-performing assets. So RBI has revised the NPA provisioning norms. Okay, so for the cooperative banks. So cooperative banks, they have a large number of NPAs, and to clear these NPAs or to clear some type of amount, they have particularly started a new provisioning norms for the cooperative banks. The new norms aim for uniformity in accounting and prudential treatment of non-performing asset. Non-performing asset is the body, any person, individual or company which is not able to provide the loan back to the bank. The norm will apply to urban cooperative banks, state cooperative banks and central cooperative banks. One-time transition measure has been introduced to facilitate a smoother shift to the new accounting standards. Update on Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana and related schemes. So recently on July 19, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana has achieved significant milestones. A total of 52.81 crore accounts have been opened under the scheme. The total deposit balance in these accounts stands at rupees 2,30,792 crore. Launched in August 2014, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana aims to provide universal banking service to the unbanked households. So in 2014, the first time Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister, at that time he introduced Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, in which the objective was to create the bank accounts for the people of the remote villages and remote areas who don't have the bank accounts so far. And under that, the particular data is shown that a total of 52.81 crore accounts have been opened so far, and the deposit in these banks is approximately 2,30,792 crore. Okay, so that is all about this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Government extends deadlines for meeting MSP norms for CPSEs until 2026 August. The government extended the deadline for central public sector enterprises, public sector banks, and financial institutions to meet minimum public shareholding norms until August 2026. So this extension allows these entities to increase their public shareholdings to at least 25% by 1st of August 2026. The Ministry of Finance issued a memorandum granting this exemption in the public interest. So basically, the minimum support price norms will be particularly extended to 2026, and the extension will particularly to increase their public shareholdings of at least 25%. SEBI is tasked with taking necessary action and informing relevant stock exchange about the extension. Decision follows Rule 19A Clause 6 of the Securities Contract Rules 1957 of SEBI. So remember all these things under this particular guideline. Another one, RBI revised instructions on BDDR for cooperative banks to ensure uniformity. So on 2nd of August 2024, the Reserve Bank of India, they have issued revised instruction on bad and doubtful debt reserve for cooperative banks. The instruction aim to ensure uniformity in the treatment of the reserve for prudential purposes. So basically, some type of cooperative banks, they have bad and doubtful debt reserve, and to particularly revise these things, the RBI has given the guidelines. The revised instructions will be applicable to urban cooperative banks, state cooperative banks, and central cooperative banks. We recently have also seen that 78 UCBs, the cooperative banks, are already closed by the RBI. Their license have been cancelled. Banks are mandated to identify and quantify BDDR balances as of 31st March 2024. Provision should be charged as an expense of the P&L account in the accounting period in which they are recognized. Thomas Cook India partners with the NPCI to launch RuPay Forex card for UAE. So Thomas Cook India Private Limited partnered with National Payment Corporation of India to launch the RuPay AED Forex card. What is the venture? RuPay AED Forex card. Who are collaborating? Thomas Cook India Private Limited and National Payment Corporation of India. This is the first RuPay prepaid Forex card for Indian travelers visiting the UAE. So this card is basically focusing to those travelers who are traveling to UAE. The card is powered by NPCI technology partner Card 91. It provides extensive usage across the UAE for transaction and ATM withdrawals. Benefit include travel vouchers, launch access, free ATM withdrawals, and complimentary insurance cover. So all these things are under this particular provision, and Thomas Cook India is partnering with the NPCI to launch the RuPay Forex card. ITBP to get Russian KAMAZ Typhoon vehicle for LAC. So the Indo-Tibetan Border Police, they have conducted a demonstration and trial of the Typhoon vehicle at its transport battalion in Chandigarh. So basically ITBP, as I already said, that ITBP is a particular force that takes care of the boundaries in the areas where China is touching the border with India. So conducted a demonstration and trial of a Typhoon vehicle. A Typhoon vehicle is being constructed to transport battalion in Chandigarh. The event was attended by officials from Vehicle Factory Jabalpur. Typhoon vehicle is expected to enhance ITBP's operational capabilities. The mark an important step in upgrading the force vehicle for better performance at the line of actual control. So for that purpose, ITBP is collaborating, is getting the Russian KAMAZ Typhoon vehicle for LAC. That is line of actual control. Bharat Forge's Kalyani Strategic System gets license to make defense products. So Kalyani Strategic System Limited, a subsidiary of Bharat Forge Limited, received defense license to manufacture various defense products. So a basic subsidiary of Bharat Forge Limited, which is already established company in India, Kalyani Strategic System Limited, they have got the license to create some defense equipments. License was granted by Department for Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade. This will allow KSSL to participate in future defense program. License is valid in perpetuity. subject to terms and restrictions. Bharat Forge Limited is a flagship company of the Kalyani Group. IIT-M partners with IDBI to launch cyber security lab. So recently, IIT Madras partnered with the Industrial Development Bank of India Limited (IDBI) to launch IDBI IIT-M Security System Lab. This lab will focus on developing, deploying security solutions in healthcare, fintech, and aerospace. These departments are the more growing departments these days. So, for that purpose, in healthcare, fintech, and aerospace, this particular lab will be focusing. Its aim is to create market-ready IPs in cybersecurity and commercializing research work. The lab will undertake experimental evaluation, develop test cases, and device hardening guidelines. The initiative will help enterprise manage cybersecurity risk in real time. So remember, IIT Madras and IDBI, they are focusing on cybersecurity of three departments that are aerospace, fintech, and healthcare, and particularly creating a type of ecosystem in which the data will be particularly under the cybersecurity of these particular organizations. We have already discussed this one. Let's just revise it. So ISRO selected two new crew members for Axiom 4 mission or to International Space Station. So ISRO announced the selection of a group captain Subhanshu Shukla and group captain Prashant Balkrishna Nair, remember their name, for Axiom 4 mission to ISS, that is International Space Station. Captain Shukla will serve as the prime mission pilot and Captain Nair as his backup. Axiom 4 mission scheduled to launch in 2024 on Falcon 9 rocket, that is of Tesla, that is of SpaceX, from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. The mission will be commanded by the former NASA astronaut Peggy Whitson. Selected crew members will be approved by the Multilateral Crew Operations Panel. So that's all about it. So remember that ISRO is particularly collaborating with NASA for Axiom 4 mission, and Group Captain Balkrishna Nair and Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla will be going on International Space Station in this particular year with the help of a rocket called Falcon 9. Hiroshima Day, I hope you all know about this, commemorating the 79th anniversary of World War II atomic bombings. So let's just discuss this one. So Hiroshima Day is observed annually on 6th of August. Let me just tell you about this. So basically in 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed by the nuclear bombs by USA. This was the revenge, or you can say this was the last attack that was done on Japan before Japan surrendered, and on 2nd of September 1945, the Second World War ended. So Hiroshima Day is observed on 6th of August. The little boy was dropped on Hiroshima. This year marks the 79th anniversary of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima during World War II. This day stands as a solemn reminder of one of the most devastating events in human history. Hiroshima, once reduced to ashes, now symbolizes peace, resilience, and enduring human spirit. National Handloom Day 2024, a tribute to Indian rich textile heritage. So on 7th of August 2024, India will commemorate the 10th National Handloom Day. I hope you remember that we also discussed about the Handloom Heart that was organized in Delhi. Okay, on the 10th National Handloom Day, 7th of August. This celebration has been observed annually since 2015. This is the testament of the country's commitment to handloom industry. As you know that handloom or textile industry is not new in our country. It has been since long time, since ages we are doing this. And to commemorate that, the National Handloom Day is commemorated on 7th of August. It recognizes the vital role of handloom in Indian social, economic, fabric and cultural identity. 14th Indian Organ Donation Day, we discussed it earlier. 3rd of August, the Indian Organ Donation Day is celebrated annually on 3rd of August to commemorate first successful deceased donor organ transplant in India. So 3rd of August to commemorate the first successful deceased donor organ transplant in India. The 14th IOD, that is the Indian Organ Donation Day, marks the anniversary of India's first successful heart transplant. So, first successful heart transplant was done on this particular day. IODD is celebrated by the National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization. The celebration was moved to 3rd of August in 2023 to mark this significant milestone. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare oversees the observance of IODD. National Bone and Joint Day 2024. So recently National Bone and Joint Day is observed on 4th of August to raise awareness about the importance of strong bones and joints. Okay, so just to create awareness that what should people do so that their bones and their joints should be very tough and hard, and for that purpose this day is commemorated. The day aims to promote cost effective prevention and treatment of bone and joint conditions. The Indian Orthopedic Association leads the annual celebration. The first National Bone and Joint Day was observed on 4th of August 2012. Musculoskeletal health, including conditions like osteoporosis and osteoarthritis, is a key focus. So remember, National Bone and Joint Day was commemorated on 4th of August. Piyush Goyal launches India at the rate 100, a vision for Indian economic future. So recently, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal unveiled significant publication titled India at the rate 100. So Union Minister of Commerce and Industry is Mr. Piyush Goyal. You know him, and he unveiled the publication that is titled India at the rate 100, that is talking about the economic powerhouse, that is talking that India is going to become an economic powerhouse in the coming years. The book, authored by Professor K.V. Subramaniam, chart India's economic trajectory towards 2047. So according to K.V. Subramaniam, he particularly has depicted that what would be the Indian economy in the coming 100 years out of independence. The launch event took place in New Delhi and was attended by various dignitaries. This publication marks a pivotal moment in India's discourse on economic development and its aspiration to become a developed nation by its centenary year of independence. So this book was launched by Piyush Goyal and it was written by, remember, K.V. Subramanian. Talks about the trajectory of Indian economy by 2047, that is the after 100 years of independence. Piyush Goyal launches India 100, Envisioning Tomorrow's Economic Powerhouse by Professor K.V. Subramanian. We just discussed about it. RIL, that is Reliance, jumps up 2 places in Fortune's Global 500 list for 2024. So Reliance Industries Limited advanced 2 positions in the 2024 Fortune Global 500 list. So every year Fortune Global magazine releases these particular type of datas. In that particular data, now Reliance is on 2 position up from the last year positions. Now you would be asking that what is the benefit of this thing to the Reliance and all that. So basically this type of things helps any particular company to be in eyes of the people, because when we are seeing that Fortune type magazine is particularly giving the place to Reliance company, that means the stocks of the company will rise. The company secured the 86th spot, marking its highest ranking ever on the list. Achievement underscores Reliance growth and stability within the global business arena. The milestone highlights the conglomerate significant impact on the global market. So remember all these things as I said about this particular thing. So company is now on 86th position. It was on 88th position last year. Former England cricketer Graham Thorpe passed away at the age of 55. So recently, cricketing world mourns the loss of Graham Thorpe, a former Indian England cricketer and coach. Okay, so he passed away at the age of 55, and England and Wales Cricket Board announced his death. Thorpe's contribution to the sport, both as a player and coach, left an indelible mark on cricket history. So remember that he passed away at the age of 55. Padma awardee and renowned Indian classical dancer Yamini Krishnamurthy passed away. We discussed about her in the last session. So remember her name. She is a Padma awardee, Mungara Yamini Krishnamurthy. She passed away at the age of 83. She was the dancer, Indian classical dancer of Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi and Odissi for over 4 decades. So she has some capabilities in Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi and Odissi. Yamini Krishnamurthy was honored with Padam Shri, Padam Bhushan, Padam Vibhushan for her contribution. She founded Nitya Kaustuba Yamini School of Dance in 1990 in Delhi. So remember her school name is Nritya Kaustuba. Her autobiography, A Passion for Dance, was published in 1995. So she died at the age of 83 and her name is Yamini Krishna Murthy. President Draupadi Murmu conferred Companion of the Order of Fiji in the capital Suva. So Indian President Draupadi Murmu embarked on a significant 2-day state visit to Fiji. As we discussed about her in the last session also, she particularly visited Fiji, Timor and New Zealand. So Indian President on her 2-day visit to Fiji, and she is the first president who visited Fiji and Timor. She was conferred the Companion of the Order of Fiji during her visit. The visit underscored the growing partnership between India and Fiji in various spheres of cooperation. So India and Fiji are working together in different spheres, and now it will also put a particular cherry on the cake like thing on this particular partnership. The event was characterized by ceremonial honors and high level meetings. So remember, she visited Fiji, Timor and New Zealand. Jakarta hosts 5th AITIGA Joint Committee meeting. So recently, 5th AITIGA Joint Committee meeting took place in Jakarta from July 29 to August 1, 2024. The meeting marked a significant milestone in Asian-Indian economic cooperation. So for that purpose, the 5th AITIGA Joint Committee meeting took place in Jakarta. Discussion aimed at reviewing and enhancing the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement. So what is the full form? ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement. So for that purpose, the meeting was held in Jakarta, and this was the major milestone in ASEAN and India economic cooperation. The meeting was chaired by Sri Rajesh Agarwal from India and Ms. Mastura Ahmad Mustafa from Malaysia, with delegates from all 10 Asian countries and India participating. So remember, AITIGA is a joint meeting in Jakarta, and it is regarding the meeting of India and Asian Economic Cooperation. Who visited this meeting from India? Sri Rajesh Agarwal. India to host BIMSTEC Business Summit. So Minister of External Affairs, Government of India, in association with Confederation of Indian Industries (CII), will host the first BIMSTEC Business Summit. The summit will take place in Delhi on 6th of August. The first edition of the Business Summit aims to foster greater regional collaboration. So it is very important that India should work with the BIMSTEC countries, and to commemorate this collaboration and to grow this collaboration, this meeting is going to be held in New Delhi. It seeks to enhance trade and investment relations among the member countries of the Bay of Bengal Initiative for multi-sectoral, technical and economic cooperation. PM Narendra Modi inaugurated 32nd ICAE in New Delhi. So on 3rd of August 2024, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 32nd International Conference of Agricultural Economists. The conference themed transformation towards sustainable agri-food system in being held in India after 65 years. So for this purpose, the 32nd ICAE International Conference of Agriculture Economists held in India. And this is the particular conference that is being held in India after 65 years. So the particular people who attended this meeting was Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Conference President Professor Martin Kame. The event aims to showcase India's advancement in agriculture and provide a platform for young researchers and professionals. So for this purpose, this meeting was held, and the particular people who are involved in agriculture and regarding the agriculture economics, they all participated in this particular meeting. Dr. Tharis Sese Guejib received the Carl E. Aker Award for the best agriculture economic dissertation on African development. So this is how this is all being done under this particular category. SSB Director General Daljit Singh Chaudhary takes over the additional charge as the Director General of BSF. We discussed it already, so let's just revise this. So Daljit Singh Chaudhary, Director General of SSB Sashastra Seema Bal, took over the additional charge of Director General of BSF. Director General of BSF. He will hold the additional charge until the appointment of a regular incumbent or further orders. Nitin Agarwal, the incumbent DG of BSF, was repatriated to his state cadre. Daljit Singh Chaudhary is a 1990 batch IPS officer of the Uttar Pradesh cadre. He has received multiple awards including Police Medal for Gallantry and President Police Medal for Distinguished Service. So remember the name Daljit Singh Chaudhary. He has been given the additional charge of BSF and he is holding the charge of SSB already. So let's discuss the summary of all these things. So state visit of H.E. Pham Minh Chinh, PM of Vietnam to India. The local complex is also being commemorated in Lothal, Gujarat, with the help of Vietnam and India. And India is giving particular help for the maritime security purpose to Vietnam. PM marks 5 years of abrogation of Article 370-35A. CCEA approves 8 high-speed road corridors across India at rupees 50,655 crore. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched 4 apps for 3 new criminal laws in Chandigarh. And Chandigarh is to about implement all these laws within next 2 months. Tata Group unveils 27,000 crore semiconductor facility in Assam. State government SBI General Insurance signed MOU for DRTPS, and the first state is Nagaland to sign this type of disaster risk insurance. Puducherry CM and Rangaswamy represented 12,700 crore budget for the financial year 25. RBI revises NPA provisioning norms for cooperative banks. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana related data has been released. Some number of accounts and number of money that has been deposited. Government extends deadline for meeting MSP norms for CPSE until August 2026. RBI revised instructions on BDDR for cooperative banks to ensure uniformity. Thomas Cook India partners with NPCI to launch RuPay Forex card. ITBP to get Russian Kamaz Typhoon vehicle for LAC. Bharat Forge Kalyani strategic system gets license to make defense products. IIT Madras partners with IDBI to launch cyber security lab. ISRO selected 2 new crew members for Axiom 4 mission. Hiroshima Day 2024 to be commemorated on 6th of August. National Handloom Day 2024, a tribute to India's rich textile heritage. 14th Indian Organ Donation Day, 3rd of August 2024. National Bone and Joint Day 2024, 4th of August. Piyush Goyal launches India at the rate 100, written by Professor K.V. Subramaniam, focuses on India's economy by 2047. Reliance jumps up 2 places at 86th position in Fortune Global 500 list for 2024. Former England cricketer Graham Thorpe passed away at the age of 855. Padam awardee and renowned Indian classical dancer Yamini Krishnamurthy passed away at the age of 83. President Draupadi Murmu conferred Champion of the Order of Fiji in capital Suva. First president to visit Fiji, Timor and New Zealand. Fiji and Timor. Jakarta hosts 5th AITIGA joint meeting to focus on the economic cooperation between India and ASEAN countries. India to host the BIMSTEC Business Summit to see what can be done in developing the relations better in the BIMSTEC countries. PM Narendra Modi inaugurated 32nd ICAE in New Delhi in the last 65 years. SSB DG Daljit Singh Chaudhary, that is the Sashastra Seema Bal Director General Daljit Singh Chaudhary, takes over the additional charge as the Director General of BSF. And that's it in this session. I hope this session is very interesting and you find a lot. And thank you for being with me in this session, guys. It was nice teaching you all. Bye bye. Take care, everyone, and meet you soon in the next session.